All the races you had with Helio, sometimes you want to mash him, sometimes you probably shook his hand afterwards. Just how he was to race against all these years, your perspective.
Well, I think the positives first. He's continued to be in there fighting, hasn't he? He's just, he started in '98. Here we are, 2017, and he's still as competitive, if not more competitive, than he's ever been. And he's just, I used to say, behind all the sparkly teeth and the hair gel, he is a hell of a competitor and a hell of a driver. That to me is the impressive part about him. And if I think really hard, I can think of a couple of times we shook hands after a race. I can also think of one race in particular I won, and I was so mad at him. I went after him, just to tell him how pissed off I was, because he's definitely had one of the widest cars at times in the IndyCar paddock. I think his most ill-advised move ever was when he went after Charles at Edmonton. I mean, we were all sitting there going, "Oh, this isn't going to end well." But he survived that. But yeah, he's a hell of a competitor. He's fast. He's fast on all types of tracks. He drives a car really smoothly. I love the way he drives a car. Wasn't always the most fun guy to race against because he made it incredibly difficult.
Sometimes you want to probably kill him, and sometimes you probably want to. Is it just talk about racing against him for the last however many years? Probably 15, 20.
Yeah, it's been an honor racing with him. And I remember my first time meeting him. It was 2000 or 2001. I was in Barber Dodge, and he was at Hogan. And I met him at Detroit thinking, man, maybe one day. And, ever since then, his competitiveness has not fallen off. And I think that's why he's such an inspiration in so many ways, that his hunger stayed there. And, this being what could be his last full-time race right now, he's right up at the front. It's absolutely amazing. And obviously my biggest memory with Helio is duking it out with him every lap of the 2014 Indy 500.
I was going to say, it's pretty tough to pass in the grass.
Yeah, well, it takes two, right? And, he was passing around the outside of me. I made some late moves, and it was wild racing, but with somebody like Helio, you can do it. Obviously, sometimes I've got pretty mad at him, and other times it's like, man, what he's done in his career, it's amazing. But everybody out here gets mad at everybody once in a while. That's what happens. So I have the utmost respect for him. Wish him all the best. I hope he's back in IndyCar next year. But what he's done, like I said, from way back in the late '90s to where he is now, it's unreal, inspirational for sure.
I think the thing that stands out with Helio is obviously his Indy legacy and him as probably the greatest oval qualifier. Just you look at his resume on poles and on ovals, like fearless. Just going for it and never second guessing what he's got, and just going like the most trim most of the time and making it stick. So just a great driver.
There's the fact that he is still so competitive. And, you're still 4 or 5 years younger than he is, but I think that a lot of people should realize it is just a number, and he's proved that more than anybody this year, that age is just a number.
Yeah, he's very fit, obviously. He takes great care of himself, and, as long as you're fit, you're not slowing down, so he doesn't show any sign of that, that's for sure.
TK, Helio Castroneves, friend, rival, you've wanted to strangle him, you've wanted to punch him, you've wanted to hug him. If this is his last full-time season, how should we remember this guy as a race driver?
I want to think it is his last season.
I mean as a full-time Indy driver.
I understand that, but for me it's hard to swallow that, to be honest with you. But to try to answer your question, I want you guys to remember him as the most funny guy and happy guy you're ever going to meet, regardless of what's going on in his life or his racing career or his personal career. That becomes annoying at times, how happy this guy is.
So it's not an act? No,
I don't think so. I really don't think. I can tell you it's not. His attitude, and he's 42 and he's still bloody fast. So that's probably it.
But here you guys, you come over here together, you're sleeping on Eric Cowden's couch, and you don't know much English, and you're trying to make it in America, and you both end up making it big. So when you look back on how you guys came up together, it's pretty cool that you're still racing and still at the high level of competition.
No, 100%. I think we couldn't have ever had guessed in a million years that, we've been such good friends since we were 8 years old. And that we both had made it this far, and we actually kept racing against each other for this far. So I think we both had a great career. He had an awesome career. I mean, 3 Indy 500s, racing for the captain for all his time he's been here. You know, it's not a lot of people did that. I don't know numbers, but I think he's probably the guy that lasts the longest.
Yeah.
You know, him and Mears, right? So obviously Mears is working for the team, but I mean, driving, maybe he's been the probably really close to be the longest relationship there. So now we, you know, I told you this before, but I think we have nothing to complain. We have nothing to regret. I mean, it's been a great journey for both of us, and I'm gonna keep going. I can tell you that. And he's gonna keep going. If it's not here, it's gonna be somewhere else. But he's, you know, whatever we've done here, I think we made part of history here. Robbie Miller, Helio Castroneves has been here for as long as I've been. I want you to tell me, hypothetically, he probably won't be around next year. That's the rumor. What is your favorite or the most memorable memory you have of him?
When the 5'7", 145-pound guy went after Charles after the race at Edmonton is my favorite Castroneves memory. He snapped. All 154 pounds of him, all that hair gel flying and screaming and grabbing Charles. And Charles was so cool because he just smiled and went, "Little man, I'm not going to tear you in half. Calm down, little man." However, a close second is the Tony Kanaan, Helio Castroneves. "I'm going to knock you out of the ballpark at Texas. Let's flatten each other's tires, and then we're going to knock each other out when we get out of our cars."
And we both lost the championship.
Yes, and you both lost the championship. But I want to bring that up. So,
But I have to say, can I add to your Charles story?
sure.
If Helio knew Charles was going to hit him, because he was 100% sure Charles was not going to do it, I don't think he would have run a Charles like that, to be honest.
No, I am pretty sure he knew that Charles was smarter than that, and he said, "You know what? This guy's had a tough race. They took it away from him on a restart. I'll let him vent here for a little while. Then I'll pick him up like a little baby kitten and set him over the wall and calm him down."
This is Tony Kanaan for RACER.com.